Hello, my friends. My name is Adam, and I'm on a quest to be the most prolific reviewer of all time. And to do so, I review books, movies, plays, podcasts, and computer games. Today, I'm going to review Europa Universalis Rome. This was a game that came out in 2008 from Paradox Games. And if you don't know Paradox Games, they are famous for three famous strategy franchises. First being Europa Universalis, the second Crusader Kings, and the other Hearts of Iron. Now, I'm going to say that I'm reviewing this, so I I'm reviewing the game Europa Universalis Rome, but I have to be honest and say that the game was constantly crashing on my computer. And that's because it's a game from 2008, and I think you need some kind of patches to run it, and I don't have the technical ability to fix it, unfortunately. I tried I tried different ways to do it, and I think if I spend maybe hours and hours working, I could try and like actually get it to run. But then when I try to stream it, it crashes again, and I spent like maybe 8 hours on stream trying to figure it out, and I couldn't do it. And I think that this one of those things where I'm not gonna fall victim to the sunk cost fallacy and try and like keep on putting effort into it, whereas you know the 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 pay, maybe not pay, like the rewards that I would get from it are not enough for me to sacrifice more time. So this review is going to be as if it worked because I was able to play it for like 2 or 3 hours, and I can see like the idea of the game and if it worked, what it would feel like to play it. So my review is going to be based on that. So I didn't do an entire campaign because it would crash repeatedly in the early game. So this is just a review of the early game and its potential. So that being said, if the game worked, I think it would be a very enjoyable Paradox game. It would be a combination of Europa Universalis and Crusader Kings. So what do I mean by that? So in Crusader's Kings, you're not really following a country, you're following like a family, and you can create your own sort of dynasties, which makes sense in medieval Europe. And you can have like events that influence what will happen in the future. So that is also true in EU Rome, but also you can do the macro thing. You can have control over a lot of, the development of the early Roman Republic, and you can get into wars with people, you can win the wars, you can go in whatever direction. So I was going north and invading Gaul very, very early in history. And then the mechanics are similar to EU3. If you've ever played that game, I did a review on my channel of EU3. So there's one frustrating thing, which is the same kind of mechanic, which is sort of I don't have a term for it, but basically an enemy army will spawn during a war, and it will be, let's say, 10% the size of your army. So you will go and you will fight one battle with it. They'll lose. They'll go to another place. Then you'll attack them in the other place. They'll lose. Then they'll go to another place. They'll lose. And you'll have to do that like 8 times, which is a mechanic from Europa Universalis. And that is kind of annoying because it just takes time and it's completely not realistic. Like, why would an army that lost 80% of its soldiers actually continue to fight? They wouldn't, especially in times like this. So I was fighting against Magna Graecia, which is the Greek colonies in the southern part of Italy. So basically, they were just like these city states. They got like some armies, and my army is like 100 times bigger, more powerful than their armies, and then I destroyed them. So why would they be coming back and back and back? It doesn't make any sense. But the game is incredibly fun. So I'm very disappointed that I wasn't able to do a full run through of the game because of the constant crashing. Yeah, I think that the reason why it's more fun than Europa Universalis 3 and 4, although those are fun games in their own way, is because you don't need a doctorate to be able to figure out what to do, which you do in EU4. It's like one of the most complicated games I think anyone has ever played. But you can, and there's this other mechanic that's not present, which is kind of colonization. Like, you can colonize and you can expand that way, and there's lots of the map that you can expand that way, but you don't have like these national idea groups that don't limit. You have colonization, right? And it makes sense because humans have always been making colonies, right? Like I mentioned, there were Greek colonies in southern Italy thousands of years ago. So why is that something that you need to learn how to do? It doesn't make any sense. It's like, if you discover land, then people should want to try and control it. At least Europeans should, right? So I like the fact that the colonization mechanic is much better in this game. And I also, there's something else that oh yeah. The other thing that I like about it is the trade system is very, very simple, but it's understandable. So basically, you can create trade routes between your different provinces. You click on the province, and then you click the trade route button, create trade route button, and then you can see what kind of goods you can create trade routes for. And it makes perfect sense. Whereas in Europa Universalis 4, you're like, what the hell? How does this work? I need to like control this trade node, and then I need to like, direct some of the trade to my trade node, and it doesn't make any sense at all. It's way too complicated for what it is. So yeah, I think that mechanic is really, really good. So I think that I really would have enjoyed playing a whole campaign as Rome and figuring it out, but unfortunately I wasn't able to do it. But yeah, what do you think? If you've actually played the game, if you can still play it, or you have memories of playing the game, let me know in the comments. I think that it's a really fun game. I think that it would have been really quite enjoyable, but unfortunately I wasn't able to enjoy it due to technical difficulties. And I think, unfortunately, now you need a lot of effort to be able to play it on a modern computer, which I'm not willing to do for the reasons I mentioned. But maybe somebody has put in the effort and they can tell us what they think. All right, if you like what I do, if you like my reviews, please subscribe to my channel. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers by the end of March, which is a bit ambitious. I want to say, I think I have like 640 some odd subscribers. So I think it's possible, but please like and subscribe if you like what I do. Please write a comment. I'm always interested to hear what people think. And if you're listening on Spotify, please give me a follow. Thank you. Bye-bye.